Hey, it's Kat here, and I'm here to do my September TBR because, yeah. So I'm still gonna be sticking with the theme reads like for each month because it's just easier to pick out my TBR and stuff. So yeah, this month, well, last August, it was finish a series or just catch up on a series, which I didn't end up doing. I was one book short from being caught up on this one series, and I'm still very upset about it. So yay me! But this month I decided to do a hard sci-fi read. That's basically the theme because I realized the only sci-fi books I have read this year was Star Wars. And as much as I love Star Wars, I want to actually read some other science fiction esque books. So I chose out, I believe, 16 books. I know it's pretty ambitious TBR, and I may read more, I may read less. It all depends on how I feel and what I'm doing. Because during August, I read quite a bit, so I felt like maybe I should broaden my TBR. So let's see how it goes. So around three of them aren't hard sci-fi. One of them's a time travel book, but I don't really consider time travel a hard sci-fi thing. Like I don't consider Outlander sci-fi or Alphabet of Thorns by Patricia McKelp, but people say it's sci-fi, so that's weird. So yeah, let's get on to that book porn, right? So the first book I have to show you is the time travel one I was talking about, and the one I am currently reading, and that is Anubis Gate, The Anubis Gate by Tim Powers, and this is about a scholar named Brendan who travels back in time, and I'm assuming he goes to Egypt. I don't know what gave me that inclination, but it's there. The second one I want to read is The Real Story by Stephen Donaldson, and this is his sci-fi series that I heard is very, very dark and very sad. And this is kind of like a intro into the series, this one. And this is I think it's about pirates in space is basically what I think this is about. And they're probably trying to do some good, or maybe they're trying to do some evil. I don't know. So if I like this, I may read the whole series this month. If not, I'll put it down and start up back again some other time. The next book I want to read is Starship Troopers by Robert A. Heinlein. And this is about bugs, alien bugs attacking people. From what I understand about the movie, apparently the book is nothing like the movie, but we're going to give it a shot. And probably when I'm done with this, I'm probably going to watch the movie. And I know they're completely different, and this one's very serious, while the movie is very, 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 very campy. But I love it. So hopefully I'll be like, this is a very serious view, and cry and do all that other stuff. And then I'll watch the movie, and I'll be like, medic, medic. By the way, I love the Kurgan, and I love that he's in that movie. The next one is another of the ones that isn't a sci-fi read, and that is The Time of the Twins by Margaret Weis and Tracy Hickman. And this is the first book in the Dragonlance Legends. I finished the Dragonlance Chronicles in August, and so now I have this one. And this is a time travel one, actually, I believe, where Caramon tries to travel back in time to Easter, before the Catechism, to try to save Raceland's soul. Raceland is his twin brother, who kind of is not the greatest person in the world, but I love him. He's perfect in an imperfect, wanna kill ya type of way. Perfect. Next, I have Valor's Choice by Tanya Huff, and this is about a girl named, I don't know, Civilis? No, that's the world of Civilis. I don't think her name. Oh, Staff Sergeant Torn. Oh, it's right here, and I thought it was just like New York Times bestseller or something. My bad. And this is about a girl who goes to a planet and tries to basically take it over. She's a military tactician, so it's her duty to help this world or kill everything on it or take it over or something. And she has a second in command who is new and mischievous and all this other stuff. And I assume they'll not get along and everything. And people will die, and she'll probably realize that the people she's working for are evil. I don't know. I just kind of know how these things go. But I'm super excited because I love Tanya Huff. She's an amazing author, and I can't wait to delve into this and probably read the whole series because that's what usually happens with Tanya Huff. So, the itchy eye. Next one I want to read is Cordelia's Honor by Lewis McMaster's Bajolod. And this is a 2 books in one. The first one is, I believe, I don't remember. Oh, the first one was Shades of Honor, and the second one is Betrayer. And the second one is actually Hugo Award winner. The first one is a more of a love story-esque book, but basically it's about a girl named Cordelia who is on an expedition on this planet, and her whole squad gets killed randomly, and she's a scientist. She's just like a botanist. Imagine like what's the guy's name from The Martian? Not Matt Damon. I know the actor's name, but I don't remember the guy's name. Oh well. But imagine him and his whole crew dies, and then she meets up with this guy who she assumes killed her whole team, but really he's just an enemy and is just but didn't kill anyone type of thing, and he was actually betrayed by his own group. So now they teamed up together and are doing stuff. All sorts of stuff. The next one I have is Smuggler's Run by Greg Rucka. And he's actually a comic book writer who wrote... Oh my god, what did he write? It's something famous. He's written all these famous comics and I can't think of any of them. Did he write the Planetarius series? I don't remember, but I know he's a famous comic book writer. So, and now he has his own book about Han Solo, and it's more of a children's book, but I'm okay with that because I like children's books. I can finish them fast, and they have pretty pictures, and I like pretty pictures. The next one I have want to read is Ender in Exile by Orson Scott Card, and this is technically like the 5th one published in the series, but it's a direct sequel to Ender's Game. And the reason I'm reading this first before Speaker of the Dead is because I don't like going back to meeting characters. I don't like that. Like when you go back to the beginning or prequels and stuff. I like reading stuff in chronological order. So I know sometimes it ruins the future story or something if you do that, but I'm okay with that because I don't like prequels. Except if it's like a full on like 100 years in the past. I'm like, okay, that one makes sense. Like the Foramic, the Earth Awakens series. Yeah, I'll read that after I read the Ender's Game. So I may read this whole series, I may not. I heard this one is a bad book, but whatever. In case you didn't know, in the Ender's Game series is about this kid named Ender Wiggin, who is really, really smart, brilliant military technician, and tactician. What's wrong with me today? I just woke up. Leave me alone. And he messed up, and he ends up going to this battle school and stuff, and all this other stuff goes down. Don't really want to ruin it because Ender's Game is one of my favorite books of all time, so I highly recommend you check it out. I don't want to ruin too much. I just know it's good. Just know it's good, and I love it. And also read Ender's Shadow because I love Ender's Shadow. Next, I have the Book of Strange New Things by Michael Fabar, and this is about a priest going into space and catching up with some aliens, while his wife stays on Earth and has to deal with all the crappy stuff we do to each other. But at least she doesn't have to hang out with aliens that try to kill you. Or her husband, because I heard her husband's like, nobody likes her husband in this book. At least that's what from my understanding. Oh well. And the next book, not the last book, the next book I have to show is Seaton by C.J. Cherie. And this is another Hugo Award winner that I don't really know what it's about. I just know they look really gay for each other. Look at them looking into each other's eyes. I'm pretty sure they're not gay for each other, but look at it. Look at it. He's like, mwah, mwah, mwah. But I think this is just a common, like, people betraying each other, some blackmail, some murder, nothing but murder, resurrection, and betrayal of innocence. That resurrection bit, I want to know why. The next book I have to show is David Weber's On Basilisk Station. This is about a girl who goes into space, and I think she doesn't want to go to this one space station because it's basically something below what she should be doing. But somebody started hating her or something, and her whole crew blames her for being in this station that nobody wants to be at, and she wants to get her revenge. And her name is Honor, so that's weird. I'm guessing she's very honorable or something. But anyway, she has a cat. It's a cute cat. Yeah, I don't really know what this book's about. I just know Honor. Her name's Honor. The second book I want to get to is Fortune's Pawn by Rachel Bach. And this is about a mercenary. Yes, mercenary? Mercenary. So she ends up going on the ship called the Glorious Fool, who apparently the ship gets into a lot of trouble and is properly named. And she ends up working for security on the ship to further her master plan of assassination or something. And she, I guess, halfway through, decides, I don't want to be on the ship anymore, for I love my life. I like breathing. I like the air. I like space. I like looking at stars. I want to continue doing that. you know? So I'm actually really excited to read it. Especially because I've heard amazing things from this author, and I've read the first book out of the Spirit Thief series, which is her fantasy series under the name of Rachel Aaron. So yeah, I'm excited to see how her sci-fi series goes. Next, I have Alternated Carbon, and by Richard K. Morgan, and this is a dude who's actually not a very nice dude, because I read the first few chapters of it, and he is wanted, and he's been killed before, but they keep like reviving him because they need him for all these things, like to find out conspiracies and who's trying to kill who, and think like a criminal, kind of like that Psychopaths anime. So yeah, and they keep changing his face too. Like he changes bodies. They don't just bring him back to life. They put his brain into another body and go with that. And that's freaky. And he's so used to it that he's just like, oh, this body needs to get in shape. I guess I can just work it off, like work off all the fat and stuff. And I'm just like, I would not be chill with that. Next is The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers. And this this is about a girl named Rosemary who ends up on this one ship that is very broken down and everything, and they go through a wormhole that takes her to a small angry planet, is what I'm assuming. I don't know for sure. And then they have to try to get off this planet, and she starts to realize that her crew is like family and friends, and she loves them, and she wants to protect them. So that's cool. I didn't know this was a series, by the way, or I would have waited until the second book came out because I don't like just reading the first book and having to wait a year for the next one. Hashtag Alloy of Law series. Next one is Beniti by Nadi Orakov. And this is about I think she's like super young, a 16-year-old girl or something, who goes, she graduated university. And she goes off into space trying to stump something. Oh no, it's only 96 pages. I didn't really want to read the synopsis because I'm like 96 pages. You can finish in like an hour, if that. And the last, but certainly not least, is Neil Gaiman's The View from the Cheaper Seats. And this is not a science fiction thing. This is his recent, not short story collection, but nonfiction essays that he wrote and published. And I read the first one already, so I'm 5% in, and I have to say they're pretty good. I wanted to highlight the whole first essay, and I'm so glad I have this on my Kindle and not a physical because it would just be highlighted and bookmarked and dog eared and all over, and it would look horrible. And when I lend it out to people, people would be like, "What's wrong with you?" So glad I have it on my Kindle. And yeah, that's it. That's the books I want to all get to in the month of September. Hopefully, I do get through all of them and more. If not, that's fine. I may DNF some of them, I may not, because it all depends on how I feel about them, or if I actually am getting used to them. So that's why the TBR is so ambitious. I do DNF a lot of books. Catch you on the flip side.